Dragon Ball Legends is currently dry. There's pretty much nothing to really do in the game. Now, we've had dry spells happen every now and then, but it made me wonder, when these moments happen, what do you guys do in order to pass the time by? So, because of that, I asked this question on Twitter. So, I asked, Dragon Ball Legends community, talk to me. We've had plenty of moments where Dragon Ball Legends becomes dry. When those moments happen, what do you guys do to pass the time by until the next update? My use this for a video. So, we're just gonna go over a few of the responses because, again, we've had a lot of dry spells, and I really am curious to know what you guys do during those moments. Justice Cowboy said, normally I spend time on other games, Celeste, Squadra, Dragon Ball Fighters, others, after doing my daily stuff. Maybe I get some inspo to draw as well. If not, just spending some time with my cat works too. And they put, images of, them drawing and the cat on the bottom right. But I think that this is actually pretty cool because the one thing I do want to make sure I make very clear as well is, remember at the end of the day, Dragon Ball Legends is just a mobile game, right? You hop on, you play the game for a little bit and then you can go on about your day, right? So to see that, people are using those moments to flex their creativity or even explore different video games is awesome. For all this person's drawing Super Saiyan Goku, right? I actually don't know who this is. I apologize. Mostly, they're just spending time with their cat. Moments like these, it's just to be able to have moments like yourself, right? Exploring different games, exploring drawing, spending time with your cat. Those are moments that can be unforgettable, if you will, right? So something as cool and as creative as this, alongside spending time with the cat, I really like this. I genuinely wholeheartedly do like this. Moist T Kira said, yeah, it depends on when the dry spell hits. Legends usually keeps it moving, so I grind what I gotta. If not, Xenoverse 2's right there, ready to steal my soul. I think it generally is crazy. Remember, the Xenoverse series has been out for a decade, right? But Xenoverse 2 will reach its decade mark this year, I believe in October. So just knowing that the game has been out for that long is honestly pretty crazy. And not only that, but all the content that Xenoverse 2 has gotten throughout literally every single year, right? So many characters, so many story mode updates. We've had new outfits, new moves, parallel quests, raids, new customization options. It's crazy, right? Xenoverse 2 always has something going for it, which honestly is really cool. It's been going for a very long time. I think of the console Dragon Ball games, Xenoverse 2 is the longest supported one. Again, of the console games specifically, not mobile games, not Japan exclusive games, nothing like that. Just console game in general, right? That anybody and everybody can play. Xenoverse 2, I believe, is the longest supported one. So knowing that people still go back to Xenoverse 2 and play the game and have a good time, honestly, it's a wonderful thing. DK Bunny 9000 said, playing fighting games right now. Tekken, Sparking Zero, Marvel vs. Capcom, you name it. And I'm also playing Middle-earth Shadow of War peak game. And down here we see a gif of all the games that they're referencing. But again, it's the fact that Legends has a very specific demographic with who they're trying to appeal to, right? The general audience that likes mobile games, that are into Dragon Ball, and obviously trying to get people into Dragon Ball in general through said game, which is totally fine. But also to see the diversity of games that people are interested in when it comes down to whenever Legends is dry, right? We have Sparking Zero there, which obviously is related to Dragon Ball, so that can go in tandem with Legends. But you have Marvel vs. Capcom, you have Tekken, and even this game, which I've never heard, Middle-earth Shadow of War. I generally have never heard of that game, right? But fighting games is one thing, but also the diversity with this game at the bottom right. There's always something out there for everyone. So even if the one game that we all can relate with, which in this case would be Dragon Ball Legends, has nothing going on right now, we have other things to move on to. And in all honesty, seeing all of these games too, I played Tekken. I get cooked in Tekken, you know what I'm saying? But I do play it. Marvel vs. Capcom, who hasn't played that? Sparking Zero, to this day, I still play that game. I have that game on PC, PlayStation, and on Switch too, right? I play the game a lot. But this game down here on the bottom right, I'm not gonna lie to you, if you're saying it's peak, I might actually check it out. Immortal Master 7 said, hey, play other Dragon Ball games, currently Genshin Squadron. B, play my $500 copy of Shadow the Hedgehog 2005 and 100% that for the umpteenth time. And C, watch, read the series since it's been such a journey. Okay, so where do I begin with this one? Genshin Squadron just got an update, right? They changed a lot of the things concerning the game. I mean, some of the most notable ones would be the camera angles, new character, and a few other things like EXP, grinding and all that stuff. It's different. But I'm not gonna lie, Genshin Squadron has had me in a chokehold. Like, I love that game. I genuinely and wholeheartedly do. I said this in a previous video, but if you guys haven't seen it, I got the platinum trophy for Dragon Ball Genshin Squadron. Like, I got all the achievements on Steam, and since the game is crossplay, I think apart from the Nintendo Switch, which is its own thing, but since it's crossplay, I was able to link that to my PS5, which gave me the trophies for the PS4 and the PS5 versions of the game, all the way up to platinum. I got the achievements on my iPhone, and I got the achievements on my Android as well. So I love this game, right? Super Saiyan God Goku releasing in that game, I'm sorry, that character is so much fun, really powerful in my opinion. So it's had me like even more on the game than ever before. And actually, because I don't think I showed you guys on a video, but I did show this on stream yesterday, or at least after this recording. I have this right here, right? This is called the MCon. I don't know if you guys can actually see the name right there. MCon, right? But this has me really playing on mobile because with the way how this thing is structured, you just like press a button, you get your face buttons, your control sticks, and it has fold out grips as well. I love this thing. Actually, I got my phone right here. And then, of course, it's MagSafe. Bam. Like, I've been playing Genshin Squadron like this when I'm on the go, right? Like, if you guys don't know, recently, I actually went out of town twice. So this thing was getting a ton of usage. So just being able to play like Genshin Squadron, like however you want, wherever you want, whenever you want, is so fire. And them adding Super Saiyan God Goku just elevated my excitement for all of that. Now, Shadow the Hedgehog, you got that entirely, bro. Look, I mean, Shadow the Hedgehog is the GOAT. Personally speaking, I'm not really a fan of the game, just because it felt so different from like, just the Sonic the Hedgehog series. But I do respect it, right? I do know the story of it. I have played the game. But $500, more power to you, bro. And I think the coolest thing about all of this is, read the series since it's been such a journey. I cannot wait, because remember, Dragon Ball Super technically returns this year, right? With the release of Dragon Ball Super Beerus. That release is this year. If I recall correctly, it's gonna be a pretty short anime, only because it's just retelling Battle of Gods this time. Well, I'll say for the second time, if you will. But just knowing that the anime is coming back is crazy. We have like a little taste of what's to come with Dragon Ball Super Beerus. And then next year we got the Galactic Patrol. I don't know if it's supposed to be Aaron or Aaron Miller, but they said playing PvP with teams I experiment with, and they have an image of LFUI Goku. Now, the thing is, I used to actually do the exact same thing. If you guys have seen some of my older Legends videos, I would actually have moments where I would challenge myself, right? And I would hop into PvP against people using meta teams and, holding my own against them using 2 units. Even, I'm pretty sure I did a video where I went up against teams where I used 1 unit and still managed to get the W, right? Now, I wish I was still able to do things like that, but unfortunately you can't do that anymore. Like, they now require you to have 6 units on your team to even enter into, rating match or even, any other PvP mode. But being able to experiment with different teams is always going to be like a pretty unique experience, just because you never know what to really expect, right? Because you could, for example, put I'll say like broken units, if you will, onto one team and have an insanely good experience, or you can put all of them into a team and find out, wow, they're good in their respective teams, but together they don't really work that well, right? And of course, there's other teams that people could try to use as well, just for the fun of it, right? Like, for example, you could try using dead tags, right? Dragon Ball Legends does have a few dead tags, right? So maybe you can rock one of those tags, and for all you know, against somebody using a meta team, you can cook, right? Like, I don't think it'd be every single time, right? But like, you can definitely like have some moments where you could use an outdated or completely dead tag and be able to get a victory, which in and of itself would feel like an accomplishment. So I think that's one of the best things about Legends is that even when it is dry, you could potentially think of a way to like continue playing the game. Now, of course, generally speaking, the overarching thing is the fact that there's not much content happening right now, so there's not really much to play. But if you want to go onto PvP and experiment with different teams to see how that's going to turn out, you can do so. SSGSS Gogeta89 said, I usually customize figures, SHF mostly, or play other games like Fortnite or My Hero Academia Ultra Rumble, latest customs I've made. And they have a picture here with some of the customs that they've made, which, honestly speaking, I've always been a fan of this, right? Where people would like buy figures and then customize it to either their own personal style, or I've seen like some Dragon Ball figures where I don't think it's like with the Grandista series of figures, but or it might have been like that alongside some others, but they'll like change the way how it looks like so it seems more like the manga style or like the anime style with like a type of cell shaded type look type thing, which is really, really cool. And again, it truly flexes the creativity of the mind, right? And it really shows how creative people can be, but it comes down to, I guess, like tinkering with things that have like an official look, but customizing it to how they want it to look. Like things like this where like, you know, Super Saiyan Goku, like obviously has his battle damage, but when it comes down to like figures and all that stuff, some figure companies do this, but generally speaking, like seeing like blood on Goku, you're not really gonna see it like that. But people taking it onto, you know, them to be able to like add those details onto like figures like that, really, really cool. Or even the one with Deku, again, battle torn, gloves worn out, all that type of stuff. Like normally speaking, you would see more like the figure on the right where, you know, pristine condition, outfit flawless, all that stuff. But people want figures where, hey, they've been in a battle for a while. I want to see a figure with them having a bit of battle damage, right? Because it looks cool. So again, flexing your creativity like this, even when there's like a dry spell in Dragon Ball Legends, just finding another thing to do like this, really cool. Low-key Crying said, mainly play other stuff I have in my backlog. Like right now, I'm playing through OG Final Fantasy VII. You just have a gif of Cloud blowing bubbles, I guess. But I do want to say this. Listen, like outside of like Dragon Ball Legends being dry, if y'all have not played OG Final Fantasy VII, you guys are missing out on a fantastic game. Listen, like I have went ballistic with OG Final Fantasy VII. Ironically, the first time I played Final Fantasy VII was on my PS3. I never got to play the game when it released on PS1. Never played it when I had a PS2. I didn't even like. This game is just so good, bro. It really is. Like I've beaten the game, right? I got the Ultimate Weapon. I got Knights of the Round. I got the Golden Chocobo. Like I went crazy with OG Final Fantasy VII. And again, I played it on my PS3, and I still have it to this very day. It's like back there, right? So I can load up like OG Final Fantasy VII and continue my save. And I think at this point, that save file is over a decade old. So like the story is good. The characters are good. Like even the gameplay itself is like really, really good. Like I love Final Fantasy VII, and personally speaking, I also like the remake series as well. Like I like Remake, I like Rebirth. I even got to replay Crisis Core Reunion, and I have 100%ed all those games. I have the trophy, like platinum trophy for all of them. If you haven't played Final Fantasy VII just in general, like I'm talking about OG, Remake series, like the side games, play all of them because it is a great experience apart from like dirge of servers. Answer the Boy said, not gonna lie, Legends stays dry. Wish they had a better system for investing in your cards. I think it would be cool for them to introduce modes to get new costumes or exclusive alternate colors for your cards. Something to work towards besides doing missions. CC. Okay, so like I see the vision. I generally do, right? So just breaking it down, I wish they had a better system for investing in your cards. The only thing that you can really do when it comes down to investing in your cards would be getting sleeves. But the thing is, they do have moments where they add new sleeves into the game that you can get free to play. You just have to like knock out the missions for them. So in that regard, they kind of already do that, right? Now, new modes to get new costumes or exclusive alternate colors for your cards. Alternate colors is probably never gonna happen, right? Because they're color coded for a reason. So alternate colors, probably not going to happen. But costumes, I completely agree with. Now, when it comes down to all the characters in the game, you can get their swapped outfit as well, right? Like if you and your opponent have like the same unit type thing, you do have the means of getting that outfit. You can use Z2 medals and use that to buy their alternate outfit. It's already a thing in the game. However, I do think that getting costumes for Shallot should be introduced into the game as something for us to grind towards, because Shallot has not had a new outfit in I don't even know how long at this point. And what's worse is they added the outfits now have the option of giving Shallot different tags for him to work on different teams. So the fact that they added that to the outfits and Shallot doesn't have an outfit that can make him work on every team at this point is crazy to me, because every single person who plays Dragon Ball Legends has Shallot. Everybody. So there's no reason for Shallot to not be able to work on any team that they want, seeing that it's a system they implemented for that purpose, right? They gave, because remember when outfits were first introduced in Dragon Ball Legends, for Shallot anyway, it was purely cosmetic. There was literally nothing apart from you wanting Shallot to look different, and that was it. It was the Legends team that added tags to the outfits so Shallot could work on different teams. If that's the case, he should, as the character, you know, the main character of the game that every single person who plays Dragon Ball Legends has, there's no reason for that character to not have an outfit to work on every possible team. It makes no sense, let alone the fact that, like I said earlier, he hasn't had a new outfit in a very long while. So I do think that there are other things that they can add to hopefully not have the game be dry like how it is now. But personally speaking, adding new costumes for Shallot as something that we can grind towards, and hopefully have those outfits like give him newer tags that he just doesn't have with his current outfits, I would very much appreciate that. Low-key, spittin'. Leo Bull 2022 said, I used to when I was younger, like a month after Annie, I would get bored and delete the game. But now on those off periods, I just do dailies and save my CC for the next big thing. Honestly speaking, I heavily respect this, because I think one thing that should be like very well established is if you don't feel like playing the game, you shouldn't like feel like forced to, you shouldn't feel like you're forced to play it. So if it's like, if Legends just isn't for you at like whatever moment in time it may be, and you want to delete the game, that's totally fine, right? But of course, if you want to stick around and you want to like grind crystals as well, that's totally fine too. Like, remember, at the end of the day, it is just a game. So you shouldn't really feel pressure to keep it if you don't want to, especially if there's other things going on in your life that may take your attention a bit more than Legends does. Like, I mean, you have the option of also just like not opening the game if you don't want to, which is also fine too. But whether you choose to delete the game because there's nothing to do, keep the game downloaded and just like find a way to like grind crystals, or just have the game still downloaded and not open the game, it's your choice. And I think that's something that is important for people to understand at the end of the day. You shouldn't feel forced to play anything if you're not getting any type of enjoyment, entertainment, or really anything of the sort from it at all. So again, I heavily respect this. And honestly, I really do like the fact that when it comes down to like pretty much anybody and everybody out there, there's something different that people are doing in order to pass the time by, right? At the end of the day, we're all people, we're all different, we all have our own like unique interests and hobbies, and a lot of people seem to flex those options when moments like these happen, where in Dragon Ball Legends, unfortunately, there's nothing really going on. But it doesn't mean that we all have to sit there and just be bored. We can go and touch grass, like we can go and play other games, we can go watch shows, we can be creative and like make things. Like again, the person who was like adding their own like unique details like figures and stuff like that. Really cool options from people. And I think hopefully like in the future, the Legends team finds ways in order to make sure these dry spells become less and less of a thing. But we'll see. But I do want to know in the comment section below, if I didn't get to your question like on Twitter, what do you do in order to pass the time by whenever Legends has a dry spell? Again, let me know in the comment section below. But with that being said, I'm Ndukauba. Like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.